Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be going over a money making method that made me about 2.2 mil in an hour, and it's going to be with your farming skill. Now there isn't a set farming level you're going to need for this. You will need the farming level corresponding to the seed you want to use, because what we'll be doing is creating saplings out of seeds, and you will need the farming level to do that. So for the willow seed you'll need 30 farming. For the maple seed you'll need 45 farming. For the yew seed you'll need 60 farming, etc, etc. Have a look through your fruit tree section of your farming guide as well as your regular tree section, because those are the seeds we'll be using. Alright, hope you guys enjoy and let's get started. Okay, so you can see in my grunt exchange I have a few different seeds coming through. Now ideally you're going to want to diversify the seeds you are buying, and the main reason that is because the buying limit on each of the seeds is just 200. So the more seeds you have, like the different types, the quicker overall it'll take for your offers to come through. I don't have this set up perfectly. Honestly, you should be buying either 200, 400, or 600 of each seed. Buying 500 is kind of just a waste of time, but it just kind of worked out. That's how much money I had left over. Ideally, you'd probably buy 400 of 4 different seeds, and that would take well, about 5 hours maybe for the full offers to come through. So there is definitely a little bit of pre-planning necessary, but it's really not too bad. So we'll take out 600 curry seeds, 500 willow seeds, and 400 yew seeds, being by far the most expensive. So one thing that I forget to mention a lot in my money making videos is absolutely, before you actually do this method, check the margin of the item you're going to be doing. There are a bunch of different seeds to do. So let's just go ahead and pick one and I'll show you. So let's say you go to your farming guide, and let's go fruit trees, how about this time? And let's look at papaya tree seeds, how about? So let's go ahead, and all you're going to do is buy a papaya tree seed. You're going to buy and sell it, and just do it instantly. So you're going to crank up the price and sell it. So we're going to be attempting to buy these seeds for 98.51, and now you're going to buy the papaya sapling and insta buy that as well, and sell that off. So we're going to be selling them for about 11.927, and we'll be buying them for 9.851 hopefully, which is actually a really good margin for it. I'm not going to put an offer in for these right now. 2k on an item this cheap is extremely good. So yeah, make sure you absolutely check the margin, because this doesn't always work. The prices don't always line up, so it's better to just know in advance so you don't waste your time or money. So as you can see here, there are many different seeds that have varying different levels of cost. Now the curry seed, only 316k for all, well, I guess more closer to 400k for 600 of them. Very cheap, and when I checked it, I had about a 600 GP margin on each one, which is still pretty good. Willow seeds, more of a medium price item, about 4 mil for all the seeds I bought, 500 of them. And then there's stuff like yew seeds, which cost 34 mil for 400 of them, but they do tend to have a larger margin. So now we're going to deposit the seeds in the bank. Okay, so we have our 3 different seeds that we're going to be combining. Now you can do between 1500 and 1700 seeds per hour. Now this is based on the assumption that you have completed the Dream Mentor quest and have access to the Lunar Spellbook, and the spell in particular is Humidify. You do not require this, it's just going to speed this up by quite a bit, because otherwise you have to manually water each of your seeds, which is a little more time consuming, but it'll probably cut your time down in about by 30% or something by having the spell, maybe half, which is pretty substantial. But a lot of the time is spent waiting for the seeds to buy, so it's not really the end of the world if you don't have it, but I would recommend it. So what you're going to do initially is just withdraw all your seeds, because they are stackable. So we're going to go ahead and withdraw. Let's do the cheapest ones first. Let's do the curry tree seeds. And what you need to withdraw is a bunch of filled plant pots, and you're also going to need a gardening trowel. So once you have all that in your inventory, all you have to do is bring the seed down to the bottom corner is what I recommend doing, and you honestly can just spam click these together. You can do it pretty quick. Now there is a way to kind of double click here, which does actually speed things up a bit, because as you can see, I am clicking to use it on that item, and then instantly re-clicking on the item, clicking on this one to use it, instantly re-clicking on the item, and then you just kind of do a double click, which I find to be the easiest motion and also much less click intensive. Once you've finished up an inventory, all you do is deposit the curry tree saplings, or whatever sapling you have, and go ahead and withdraw more planted or filled plant pods. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all these curry tree saplings, and then I will show you how to water them. Okay, so I ended up filling all of the planter pods, all 1,500 of them. It took about 25 minutes to do it. So let's just say half an hour for the ease of my brain, I guess. So now comes the easy part. So I'm going to show you the easy way first, and then I'll show you how you do it without the humidify spell. So what you're going to want is a steam battle staff, as well as some astral runes. You'll need about 100 to 200 for this many plants. So all you're going to have to do is withdraw all of whatever sapling you want, and then just cast humidify spell. Boom, done, bank, and that's all 27 done. So it's going to be so quick, it's really not going to be that time consuming to do this. Just boom, done, bank them, and it'll probably only take, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes to do all these, so really not that long at all. So you can see how quickly that could be done. Otherwise, the only other way to do this is using watering cans, which is a pain. I don't even have any filled ones here, but I'll just show you the basics. You're just going to withdraw the curry saplings, and then you're going to do something similar, just drop it down here and spam click them together. It's kind of time consuming, plus you need to go fill these up since you cannot buy them filled, which is really annoying as well. And they will run out. You can see I'm onto watering can 3, but you need about 3 per inventory. And yeah, so that's that. I wouldn't recommend doing that so much, but honestly it's just more clicking. I'd definitely say it's worth getting the humidify spell, but not required. So we'll go ahead and finish humidifying all of these plants, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay guys, so we finished up all of the seeds. Watering them with the humidify spell took about 8 minutes to do all of them, so really not that long at all. If you are following along with this, you might notice that some of your plants have fully turned into saplings. It takes about 5 minutes or so, and honestly you just need to leave them. There's nothing you can really do. Really annoying thing I've noticed is you can actually withdraw these noted, which is kind of weird. So anyway, in total I've spent 40 minutes doing this so far. You could count an extra 5 minutes waiting for these to turn into the saplings, but I mean, if you were doing this for a long time, it wouldn't be 5 minutes every hour, it'd just be 5 minutes at the end. So whatever, let's just say 45 minutes to do this all in total, plus we have to wait for these guys. So while we wait for those guys, let's go ahead and just, we'll dump in the rest of the items we have. So we want to definitely price check this, because I bought these yesterday, so the prices could have changed pretty drastically. So let's go with the curry sapling to begin with. So let's see what we got the curry sapling for, and 1103. So that's still pretty good. We bought them yesterday for 632 each for each seed. So 1103 minus 632, which is 471 per sapling, and we did 600 saplings, giving us about 282k, which isn't bad for how cheap this item was. We're hoping to get better margins for the other items, but this is pretty good. 1102. So we'll sell it for 662k. And now moving on to the Willow Sapling, kind of a mid-range item. And we bought the sapling for 8,900. Now what did we buy the U seeds for? The Willow seeds for? It looks like 7,800. So we're going to be getting a little bit over 1k on each one. So we'll pop those in for 8,899. Okay, and it looks like in our bank, the rest of the U saplings have been converted. So now we have 400 U seeds. I guess I had a couple in my bank already. So now let's go ahead and check the U sapling price. So it looks like U saplings are going for 89,988, and we bought the U seeds for 87k. So that is a 2k margin on the U seeds, which is really nice. Gonna pop them in for 89,987. These won't take long to sell, so I'll pop back in once they have sold, and we'll see how much we made in total. Alright guys, everything has sold off, and we made quite a bit of profit on all of the items. Let's start off with the curry sapling. Now, we sold them all for 662k each. We ended up getting a 470 GP margin on this item. While we didn't get as much money as the other seeds, this actually ended up giving us almost double our initial cash amount, which would be really useful if you don't actually have a lot of money to work with. I mean, we only paid like 350k for it, and we sold it for 660, netting us 282k off of a very cheap seed, which is nice. Next up, the Willow seed we ended up selling for 8899, kind of a mid-range seed. We ended up getting a 1038k margin on this seed, giving us about 520k in profit. Very cost effective, because while the U seed did give us a better profit, vastly more expensive. So the Willow seed was only like 5 mil and the U seed was 35 mil. Anyway, moving on to the U seed, which we sold for 89,987. We ended up getting a 2.2k margin on this item, and 400 seeds gives us 880k in total from the U seeds, which is awesome. Again, really expensive, but if you have the money, definitely go for it. So I'll just add up 282 plus 520 plus 880, giving us 1.6 mil in about 45 minutes. And about 2.2 mil an hour. I underestimated how quickly I would be able to actually process the seeds. It really doesn't take that long. Just keep in mind that you have to put some offers in advance, and the more you can diversify your items, the quicker they'll come through. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely give it a try, and I will see you guys in the next one.